QMSP 5.6-001 Purchasing, a Dell Corporation Quality Management System presentation. Purchasing and associated activities are at the very core of any effective quality management system. Without proper purchasing controls, the product realization process risks being compromised because it will be unable to meet planned arrangements. QMSP 5.6-001 is the organization's documented procedure that makes provision for purchasing activities to include the following. Authorized purchasing agents. The purchasing manager and/or authorized purchasing agents shall initiate or engage in purchasing activities with suppliers. Authorized purchasing agents are designated by the organization's president and shall be activated for purchasing activities in the enterprise resource system. Request for purchase shall be made by documented submission to an authorized purchasing agent. Submissions may be done utilizing documents to include, but may not be limited to, quality management system forms, bills of material, and/or email correspondence. Supplier evaluation for critical purchases. Critical purchases for the organization are defined as processes and/or products which require validation or enhanced controls to ensure results conform to specified requirements. Critical purchases include welding or fabrication, machining, NDE, and protective coating application. An initial evaluation for vendors providing critical products, components, or services to the organization shall be accomplished using QMF 5.6-003 Supplier Selection, Critical. Additionally, the evaluation shall include the following and must be site-specific. Verification of the supplier's quality management system conformance to the requirements of the organization's quality management system. Where the supplier has a certified quality management system, objective evidence of certification shall be verified and maintained as documented information or record. Where the supplier does not have a certified quality management system, but operates in conformance with the organization's quality management system requirements, verification of effective operation shall be accomplished and documented information maintained. Additionally, one of the following types of assessments shall be accomplished to ensure the supplier can meet the organization's purchasing requirements. Performing an on-site evaluation of relevant activities. Performing first article inspections. Identifying how the supplied product conforms to stated requirements when limited by proprietary, legal, and/or contractual arrangements. Supplier evaluation for non-critical purchases. Purchases of products, components, or activities determined to be non-critical in nature, but do potentially have an effect on product realization or the final product, shall be made with vendors meeting the same requirements or controls used for critical purchases, or one of the following acceptance criteria. Verification that the supplier's quality management system conforms to the requirements of the organization's quality management system, or an assessment of the supplier to ensure that it can meet the organization's purchasing requirements. The assessment may be accomplished in, but not limited to, one or more of the following ways: a supplier evaluation survey, or an on-site assessment. An assessment of the product upon arrival or activity upon completion or receiving inspection. Supplier reevaluation. Reevaluation for critical and non-critical suppliers shall be accomplished with the same controls used in the initial supplier evaluation for non-critical purchases. Vendors shall be reevaluated at a minimum annually to ensure continued capability to provide products and/or services required by the organization. Vendor nonconformance trending shall be reviewed at a minimum annually and presented in the annual management review. Vendors with noted nonconformances trends are subject to corrective measures and verification of effectiveness as condition of continued use by the organization. Outsourcing. The organization maintains responsibility for ensuring product that has been outsourced conforms to specified requirements. The organization also maintains a responsibility for ensuring vendors conform to all applicable elements of the quality management system. Records of all outsourced activities shall be maintained. Purchasing information provided to the supplier or vendor for product or services shall be documented and communicated via Dell Corporation purchase orders as issued from the Enterprise Resource System. Purchase orders must be specific in nature and indicate the following types of information as applicable. Requirements for the approval or acceptance of product, procedural requirements, process and equipment descriptions, requirements for the qualifications of personnel, quality management system requirements. Type, class, grade, or other such precise unique identification, title or other positive identification, applicable issues of specifications, approved drawings. Process requirements, inspection instructions, or relevant technical data. Any or all of the previous may apply and be documented on purchase orders relative to the type of product or service the organization requests. Where Dell Corporation chooses to outsource any process that affects product conformity, the purchase order shall specify the control to be exercised over the supplier, define product requirements and acceptance criteria as applicable. When appropriate, suppliers will be required to furnish supporting documentation in order to properly verify received products or services. Verification of purchased product or activities. Materials or products received by the organization shall be inspected and verified to meet the requirements and conditions as specified in the respective purchase orders prior to acceptance. Materials or products shall only be received if a purchase order has been issued or an approval to purchase without a purchase order has been granted by the organization's president. In such cases where purchase orders are not issued, the same controls shall be exercised as when a purchase order is issued. Receiving activities of materials or products shall be done through shipping and receiving. Materials or products shall be distributed through shipping and receiving to their respective departments. Receiving inspections shall be accomplished on all received products and services relating to the quality management system requirements to ensure supplier product conforms to purchase order and/or customer requirements. Inspections shall be appropriate to the effect that the purchased product and/or service has on product quality. The scope of receiving inspections shall be appropriate to the product and/or service to be inspected. Inspections shall be accomplished to verify that the machine products meet Dell Corporation purchase order requirements and in accordance with approved drawings as appropriate. Items for verification shall be selected randomly by a Dell Corporation representative. Random selection is intended to be a cost-effective way for the organization to ensure products and/or services are in accordance with documented requirements. In the event during an acceptance inspection, a single piece from the 10% sample does not meet the specified acceptance criteria, a 100% inspection or total order size shall be accomplished with the non-conforming items returned to the supplier for disposal, correction, or replacement. The organization may accept non-conforming product via concession as authorized by a relevant Dell Corporation authority to accept the product as is. Verification shall be documented on associated receiving documents and/or Dell Corporation documentation associated with the purchase order prior to acceptance by the organization. Purchase orders issued for products and/or services shall clearly define product requirements and acceptance criteria. Purchase orders issued with associated drawings must also include revision level to ensure accuracy of requirements. For products where conformance cannot be verified after manufacture, purchase orders shall detail quality procedures, product specifications, quality management system requirements, resources, or activities to verify the product and/or service meets documented requirements. The organization shall define the method by which documents noted on a purchase order remain traceable to the order. Vendor-supplied documentation, such as manuals, certificates, technical specifications, shall be marked with at least one or more of the following: purchase order number, project identification number, predefined reference number or quote number, or other unique identifier. Verification activities for purchased product shall be accomplished in one or more of the following methods: review of vendor-supplied product documentation demonstrating that supplied product meets specified requirements, for example, certificates of conformance to requirements, test results, material traceability reports. Receiving inspection to verify product meets the stated requirement of the purchase order. Let's sum up what we've learned about purchasing and associated activities. QMSP 5.6-001 is the documented procedure that makes provision for purchasing and associated activities for the organization. Only authorized purchasing agents shall initiate or engage in purchasing activities. Requests for purchase shall be made by documented submission to authorized purchasing agents. Critical purchases, including welding or fabrication, machining, NDE, and protective coating application. Initial evaluations for critical and non-critical vendors shall be accomplished to determine the vendor organization's ability to provide the organization products and services in accordance with documented requirements. Vendors shall be evaluated annually for effectiveness and suitability. Records of vendor selection activities shall be maintained. The organization maintains responsibility for ensuring outsourced product conforms to requirements. Purchase orders must be specific in nature and include adequate information to describe the characteristics of the product and/or service requested. Where Dell Corporation chooses to outsource any processes that affects product conformity, the purchase order shall specify the control to be exercised over the supplier. Purchased product must be verified upon receipt to ensure it meets specified requirements. Receiving activities must be documented and maintained as record. Machined items require a 10% random inspection of the lot. Should a single item not conform, a 100% inspection of the lot is required. Careful planning, documenting, and verification activities associated with purchasing are essential in the successful operation of Dell Corporation, as well as providing our customers the highest quality product. You can never have too many details when it comes to purchasing activities. As always, thank you for your participation in the quality management system. Should you have any questions about this or any other quality management system document or process, please contact me directly at danny@delltank.com or stop by to have a conversation.